All right. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rushdi. We shall move on, and I shall not hold us back any longer. There is the general evaluator as well. Unfortunately, I have not included her slide in here. So our general evaluator, I'll keep it very cryptic right now. Our general evaluator, don't mind the photograph, is in fact Toastmaster June. Toastmaster June, please do not roast me just yet. However, please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today, as your general evaluator, I will be carefully observing the entire meeting. And at the end of the meeting, I will be giving you my report. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you. So, we shall be moving on with the prepared speeches. Now, if I can find this, we'll be moving on to the prepared speeches. And since there was a little bit of, let's just say, cryptic confusion in the agenda, our first speaker will be Sham. Sham, just wait 1 minute. We're having technical difficulties. All right. There we go. Before I call on our first speaker, who is Sham Sundar, I'll be calling on his evaluator, who is none other than Toastmaster Anwar. Toastmaster Anwar, can you please reveal yourself wherever you are? You're causing quite a bit of cryptic confusion. Hello.
Hi, just got home. I was setting. Can you please confirm if the speaker is there in the room?
Yes,
Before
he is.
I read out his objectives, can you please confirm with the speaker?
Sham, are you here? I would like. Hi, hello. Sham? Yes, he's here.
Hi, sorry. Actually, can we switch on to the same, previous schedule as we discussed? So for mine will be fourth slot.
All right. In
Thank
that
you.
case, you need to wait. All right. There we go. So instead, we're going to have the second speaker's evaluator coming up. So our second speaker's evaluator will be our first speaker. And that is none other than Toastmaster Hanan, our champion. So, hello, Toastmaster Hanan. How are you?
Hi, my dear. I'm doing fine, thank you. Looking forward for my target speaker. Toastmaster Elena Paul is delivering her speech from Pathway Engaging Humor. So I'm sure we'll be expecting lots of jokes there. Level 1. No? Level 1 project. I know the project is so hectic. Level 1 project 3, and the purpose of her speech today is for her to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. The duration of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes, and the title of her speech is, "What Would You Post?" Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hanan, for that. So yes, our second speaker, who will be our first speaker for today, is none other than Toastmaster Alina with her speech title, "What Would You Post?" That is quite an intriguing title, Alina. Now I shall hand over the virtual podium to you. Go on.
Thank you, Toastmaster June. Let me just... Oh, sorry, Toastmaster Suraya. Wait, can you see my screen?
Now, yes.
And I need to pin. I
The
can't pin the
timer.
timer while sharing.
You can't. Timer, can you please tell her what her speech
Trying to look for the timer.
timings are?
Yes, yes.
Where is the
So
timer?
this is
Yeah, I found you.
yes.
It's
So
okay.
most other speeches should be between 5 to 7 minutes in length. So at 5 minutes, I'll be raising the green card. And at 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I will raise the red card.
All right.
Thank you.
Over to you.
Toastmaster.
We live in a world where we judge people based on their Instagram profiles. The places they visited, the quality of their images, the perspective or angle they took of their photo. It's a never-ending cycle. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, are you a part of this modern day madness? I wanted to have an interesting profile as well. Something that would look cryptic with a bunch of cool posts about fancy places that I visited. As an architect, I've decided to research all the weird or interesting spaces that I would want to visit someday in the future. My interest in a space is generally based on the details. So if there's an odd detail, I immediately fall in love with it. So I went about and researched and came up with my own bucket list of spaces that I'd love to visit. Out of those, I narrowed down to 5 destinations I will be sharing with my fellow grammars today. Are we ready to see my list of Instagram worthy spaces? All right, here we go. Again. Oops, one moment. Can you?
Timer, can you pause the time for a second?
Yeah, okay. Did it move to the next slide? Okay,
Click. No.
okay. Are we
All
ready
right,
to
now.
see? All right.
Yeah.
Are we ready to see my list of Instagram worthy spaces? So starting off with my hometown in the beautiful lands of Kerala. Tekadi to me feels like a mini African safari. The Tekadi is blessed with some of the most beautiful sceneries of the jungles of the Western Ghats. There's an unending chain of hills with scented spice plantations, waterfalls, and a wildlife sanctuary. If I were to go there, I would post a picture of me sitting on an elephant, another post where I'm holding a tea leaf with the beautiful background of the green plantations, and probably another one where I'm chilling with a lion. Next, let's go all the way to the United Kingdom. A small village in Gloucestershire, where when I say small village, I mean small, tiny, micro. How many here know of Alice in Wonderland? Yeah. So this place would make me feel like Alice when Alice goes through that hallway where all the doors are too small for her to fit in. So this little town contains all the buildings of the village of Gloucestershire just as they appeared in the 1930s. Now that would make an interesting post, wouldn't it? Moving on, let's go to the Golden Bridge in Vietnam. Now, Vietnam has been on my bucket list for a very, very long time now. Can anyone guess when this was constructed? Anybody? Any guess?
After the war. After the war.
Okay, so that would be in the
Last
90s.
year.
Okay, 2018. That's right, just 2 years ago. Now you can see that the bridge's hands are decorated with cracks and moss to make them look like aged stone ruins. It makes it appear as if it's been there forever, like as if it is one with nature. So think of all the cool pictures we could take here. This is another place that really fascinates me. So let's go to destination number 4. Of course, the Northern Lights. Whenever I saw this as a wallpaper, I always imagined it to be made up. Until recently, I did a quick research, and this is basically what it is. The aurora borealis, or northern lights, happens when the charged particles from the sun get trapped within the Earth's magnetic field. So what you see here is a colorful dancing light show. So from all the places that this can be seen from, I liked Tromsø in Norway as it has more moderate temperatures than the other places. So imagine yourself just lying down, looking up at the sky, and this is what you see. Don't zone out yet. Let me give you my final destination. Now, this one, the next destination, it struck me while watching a very racist Indian show on Netflix called Indian Matchmaking. I researched what this place is and immediately added it to my list. So are you ready for destination number 5? Yep, okay. Destination number 5, the salt flats of Bolivia. Now, this place looks like it belongs to another planet, as if it's out of an Inception movie. What you see is an effect that happens when nearby lakes overflow and give you or when it rains, a thin layer of water remains in the salt flats, giving you an out of this world experience. So anyone who knows me would know that I would take a crazy number of pictures if I were to go here. I'd probably lose my mind with it. The fellow Toastmasters and guests, these are just 5 out of a million other places I could post of. I would probably never go to any of these places considering the world that we live in today. We invest a lot of our time into these small details of a post, a like, a comment, or a view. Of course, it matters, but what's more important is to make sure that you enjoy that moment. With that being said, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests, what would you post? Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Alina. That was well done. Now, of course, if this would, yes. Before we move on to the next speaker, we'll have 1 minute of silence in order to give feedback. Well, 1 minute to give feedback while I talk about my deduction. So 1 minute will start now. I posted all my clues on Instagram, right? Like, oh, it seems that it won't let me show you. So 1 minute of silence while we give our feedback. Time's up. That will keep going. But time is now up. All right. So next speaker, please do get ready. And while we are getting ready, if you saw the clues, you would have seen these cards, right? I deduced that these cards currently are nonsensical, so I've kept them aside for my deduction. I have a little book over here. We're going to be deducing stuff. But this will be kept aside for now, and while I work on the deduction, we will have the next speaker's evaluator, who is none other than our DTM, Alan Paul.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, and my fellow Toastmasters. My target speaker, Toastmaster Sana, would be embarking on a very special project, and I really love it, and I'm sure that all of you will also love it. It's known as Know Your Sense of Humor. That's right, she's going to be delivering a humorous speech today. So are you guys ready to loosen up and just enjoy? Are you? Let me see a thumbs up from everyone. That's right. I haven't seen Sana delivering a humorous speech before. I have only seen her roasting me. But today she'll be delivering a humorous speech. So I'm really looking forward to that. With that being said, okay, wait, one more thing. Her title is World 2.0 and speech timing is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Sana, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, DTM Alan. Now we shall have the third speaker, who is none other than Toastmaster Sana, with her speech title, World 2.0. What is with all of these cryptic titles? You guys are really just taking this theme to a whole nother level. So let me call on Toastmaster Sana. The stage is yours. But first, you know the timings, right? 5 to 7 minutes. Pin the timer.
All right, timer, please make noise so I can see you.
Hello.
Right, all right.
So
I've
I'll
pinned
just
you.
go through quickly.
Yes.
So the speech timing will be 5 to 7 minutes. So at 5 minutes, I will raise the green card, and at 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card, and at 7 minutes, I will raise the red card, and you have 30-second grace period afterwards. And I will not indicate anything else.
Thank
Over to
you.
you, Toast.
Well then, the podium is yours.
I am going to talk about something no one ever talks about, coronavirus. Good evening, my fellow COVID survivors. Coronavirus is one of the top most searched words in Google since 2020 March. And it's become the new way of exchanging pleasantries. Instead of saying, "Hi, how are you?" we now say, "How's your quarantine going? How did you kill time today?" And at first, we thought, oh, surely coronavirus won't last that long. Well, because it was made in China. But it has divided our world and all we know of it into before and after pictures of life. So let me share something and see if you guys get the hint. Before, we had Mona Lisa. But after Corona, we have Corona Lisa. And before, this is how our Olympic sign used to look like. But now, even Olympic sign had learned how to practice social distancing. And before, we used to go to the salon and have our hair touched by professionals. And we come out looking crisp like this. But now, the control has gone to our and our spouses, and the result is something like this. And this all shies away from the biggest change that coronavirus has brought. Zoom. The new era, World 2.0, is Zoom invested, Zoom dominated. It has changed so many aspects of our life that now the future generations will probably have to learn about our Zoom behaviors in their history books. They will probably have questions like, highlight the significance of the mute button in Zoom era for 10 marks. And I have decided that I must compel all my unborn kids to make as many babies as they can so I can have the opportunity to share my Corona stories at their bedtime. Kids remind me, my mother, being an educator, her workspace is no longer a classroom full of kids. It has now become tiny, tiny rectangular windows full of confused kids and even more confused parents. Earlier, my mom used to teach just the kids, but now she had to teach their parents and parents of their parents. It really seems as though my mom's enjoying work from home. You know who else is enjoying work from home policies? Our maid. She insists on working from home. She actually sent us the link this morning for the Zoom maid so that she could tell us how to sweep and dust our room. So if any of you want to learn how to clean your room effectively, my maid will be giving a workshop on Zoom soon. I'll be sending a link below. In the good old days, we could use phrases like, oh, I'm so sorry, I don't think I'll be able to make it. But now everybody knows you're quarantining. So if you say no, you will be shunned out of the society. And earlier you had very less opportunity to actually say no, right? Because physical meetings would only occur twice in a month. But now with coronavirus working its magic all throughout the world, online Toastmaster is booming. We have extra club meetings, fun meetings, table topics, XCOM meetings, birthday meetings, game night meetings, Zoom picnics, and so many more. All kinds of workshops are coming up. And to learn the ins and outs of the Zoom, Toastmaster Amrit, who has had so many blind dates on Zoom in search of a bride, automatically became the qualified trainer who could give the most romantic workshop ever. A date with Zoom. And DTM Arish, she's going to be presenting a workshop called 50 Shades of Zoom. Just be tuned for that. We all have had to combat different problems due to the rise of the cryptic software called Zoom. But let me tell you, we are humans. So if we can go and create something like Zoom, we can also go and find clever solutions and evade the problem. So the next time you don't feel like attending a meeting, you could just say, oh, I'm having connectivity issues. I don't think I'll be able to make it. You will receive all the sympathy and empathy from the entire universe. And if you've joined late into a meeting, just go with, I'm so sorry I'm late. There was a lot of network traffic. And don't forget, that the real essence of the Zoom meeting lies in the fact that we can just switch off our videos. That gives us a perfect opportunity to multitask. You could cut onions, fold your clothes, redecorate your room, practice yoga, all while attending a Zoom meeting. Zoom may have made our lives a bit harder, but it has also given us a chance to be better, to be more closer to our loved ones despite being far away, and to be more tech savvy and learn the ways of the new era, the post-pandemic world, or as I like to call it, Zoom World 2.0. So welcome to World 2.0, a smart world with an even smarter race of humans. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
That was wonderfully done, Toastmaster Sana. Of course, I think you know the drill by now. Time for feedback. Do send her some feedback in the chat. Drop down that little thing, select her name, and send us some feedback. You have 1 minute. And while that is happening, despite all the technical glitches, I do believe that whoever I'm trying to find is conspiring against me. That is just my belief, however. But we do have some deduction time. So I've figured out some things. This is different from the rest of the pile. The rest of the pile is Toastmaster terms, like first speaker, TMOD, GE. If you can see, there's GE thrice. So I don't know if that means that the GE is going to roast me, but it is a lead nonetheless. But the four things, the four little pieces of paper that I've lined up, we have first names and then we have last names just for the TMOD, which is odd. Then we have hashtag order first and hashtag letters second. Let's think about this afterwards. Now, let me call on the next speaker's evaluator. Help me welcome Toastmaster Hari. Toastmaster Hari.
Thank you, Suraya. So my target speaker, Mr. Siraj, delivering his speech from Pathways Team Collaboration, Level 3, Project 3. PR is an investment. The purpose of the speech. The purpose of the speech. This project is for the members to be introduced or to review strategies for working a collaborative group. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of his or her experience practicing collaboration with small team. Good luck, Siraj. Screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hari. Before we move on to the next speaker, let me introduce him as our acting president, but most importantly, our VP Education, Toastmaster Shiraz. Toastmaster Shiraz's speech's title is PR is an investment. Well, Toastmaster Shiraz, before I hand over the podium to you, you have to pin the timer, and timer, let's not repeat again because it's the same timings, 5 to 7 minutes. So Toastmaster Shiraz, have you pinned the timer?
Yes, Suraj.
All right, so you're ready to go?
Yes.
Now, over to you, Toastmaster Shiraz.
Thank you, Suraya, for that nice introduction. I love that photo with the cap. Okay. I bought a fish tank just before the lockdown period started. I had 8 fishes. One was so beautiful and little bigger. Time passed. That beautiful fish bit all other fishes. Eventually left alone for 4 months in the tank. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. One day, our previous area director called me and asked me to be a mini mentor for Sims Toastmasters Club. So I was assigned with a highly talented professional team. For the people who do not know, mini mentors are assigned for a shorter period for a club for a specific objective. Usually, they choose the upcoming members, not seasoned members. So I was assigned to support to increase members in Sims Toastmasters Club. I was surprised, at the same time wondering why me. I realized that Alan did not assign me only to support Sims, but to develop myself also. Toastmaster Varmit, who is a dynamic leader who led Sims, had good control over the members. I realized that strong leadership is required to achieve our objectives. There were many ideas came up to increase the membership base, members. We could not implement all our ideas. Maybe I think it is because due to lack of time. However, SIMS initiated many sessions, such as IT sessions and open houses, and increased promoting in social media as well. SIMS started visiting many other clubs. You know, we realized something new. To increase members, it is always not required to promote the club, to call the members to the club, new people to the club. Our team identified to increase the team spirit and develop our members, each and every member. We conducted many team building events. You know, sometimes we used to have sudden meetings during the week. We used to have table talk week sessions and many other games. I cannot forget the contributions done by Toastmaster Faria, Toastmaster Farisa, Toastmaster Rishada. They gave their full support while managing their family and work. Whenever there are requirements, they did not forget to consult experts outside as well. I told you there are many ideas came up in our discussions. Sometimes I regret that we could have noted down those ideas, so we could have utilized it at the later point, which we failed to do. Everyone was assigned for a job, and everyone tried to do their job very well. I was assigned to promote SIMS among SIMS parents. SIMS is a closed club, and only SIMS teachers, staff, and parents can join SIMS. Even though I was new, they respected me and my ideas. It is important to be humble and respect others. Yes, they respected every person's ideas. They motivated me, to initiate new things, motivated to get more and more members. I remember a nice saying in Urdu. Pehla dil le lo, fir kaam le lo. The meaning is first win the heart, then get the work done. I remember SIMS used to say that they are beginners, new to Toastmasters. Yes, those beginners went to area level, division level, district level contests. Those new members got Triple Crown awards. It is amazing. Unfortunately, we could not achieve our objective to increase our members due to lockdown, but we gained in all other aspects. And SIMS forgot to say that they are new and they are beginners. I think we planted a seed in SIMS and we started getting harvests. Whenever SIMS calls me to get any Toastmaster work, I will never say no. And whenever I call, they will never say no to as well. We developed our PR relationship. Over to you, TM Modi. Toastmaster Surya.
Yes, I just unmuted myself. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shiraz. That was a wonderful speech and quite inspiring, to be honest. Of course, time for feedback. If this would, there we go. Time for feedback. You have 1 minute to send your feedback in via the chat to our Toastmaster Shiraz. Time starts now. While that is happening, let's look at this puzzle some more. So I lined it all up because in the previous slide, if you noticed, it said hashtag order first, hashtag letter second. Now, hashtag order first, I assumed that the hashtag referred to a numerical character, so a number. And it was made more concrete because the first number that you see in this, it's all lined up, but the second number repeats a couple of times. So I've lined it up according to the order, but I still don't understand what the second half means about how hashtag letter second. We'll work on it though. But while I work on it, you're going to witness the very last speaker that we're going to have. And I'll call on the speaker's evaluator first. Help me welcome Toastmaster Anwar once again. Is he here? Toastmaster Anwar?
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Toastmaster Sham Sundar is pursuing his level 1, project number 2, where he's already delivered his prepared speech, and this is his second speech. He's already received feedback from the evaluator, and today he's going to take those evaluations and work upon. The 2 evaluation things which he have received was, first, he had used a virtual background. Because of that, there was so much of distraction. It was not clear. The second feedback, what he received was to work on his gestures. So these are the objectives for his second speech. I wish the speaker, Toastmaster Sham, the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anwar Adam. Now, let me welcome our very last speaker, our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Sham Sundar, with his speech title, An Ounce of Prevention is Worth, it's actually, an ounce of prevention is worth, how much is it? Worth a pound of cure. So just don't mind that, Toastmaster Sham. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And timer, please note, this is the same time as for the previous speeches, so 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Sham, have you pinned the timer?
Oh, yes.
All right, ready to go?
Do you recognize the warning signals that your body sends out? Do you think you have enough information to handle those signals? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. These 2 questions crept in my mind last week when one of my friends was hospitalized. On 30th July at 10:30 p.m., I was taking my dinner while I was watching a movie. My phone started ringing, and it was a call from one of my friends, which I did not expect at that moment. The call came again. I picked up the call. I asked him, "How are you?" He responded, "Sham, I'm not feeling well. I have headache, giddiness, and chest pain, and I'm not able to sit." I could sense his pain and the anxiety. He further told it started with headache in the morning, and he took painkillers and there was some relief, but suddenly it worsened. I said, "I'm coming. I will take you to the hospital." I went to his flat. The guy is around 35 years young. He is visibly in agonizing pain, restless, and his voice was weak. Myself and another friend took him to the emergency room in the nearby hospital. There, the physician and the staff were attentive and they started examination and treatment. The physician on duty called me. I introduced myself. The doctor told that the patient's blood pressure is 190 by 100, which is quite high for his age. He had to be admitted for 3 days. The doctors checked his EKG, blood tests to assess his liver functions, kidney functions, and heart functions, and they gave him some medicines like antihypertensives. On the day of discharge, the doctors called me for a meeting. The doctor started telling politely with a compassionate voice to her friend, who is a patient now, "Look, my dear, I would like to summarize the plan of treatment because you're being discharged. You have two problems. One is hypertension, and the second one is hyperlipidemia. Based on the information that you gave, your food habits and the lifestyle are the predisposing factors for these problems. It is unfortunate that you got these problems at the very early age. You have to put an effort to control these conditions." Our friend asked, "Doctor, is there any permanent cure?" Doctor again replied, "An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure." See, my boy, we try with the medicines. You have to change your food habits, less salt, less meat, and more vegetables and fruits. Lifestyle changes. You need to lead a very active life, avoid sitting for long hours, have good sleep, reduce your stress. Take medicines properly, come for regular checkups. If you don't control, hypertension will affect all of your vital organs. For example, it will affect your eyes, it will affect your kidneys. Kidneys in future, they'll go into a kind of a renal insufficiency, what we call. It is nothing but failure. Renal failure is in stages: stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and stage 4. And also, hypertension will affect your heart. Heart will go into failure. To avoid all these problems, future problems, you have to take control of your diet as well as lifestyle. We thank the doctor and the staff and left the hospital. On the way, I looked at our friend, once flamboyant, extrovert, carefree person, now looking very thoughtful, thinking about his family. And I could see his determination to embark on his new path. I'm still exploring those two questions first I mentioned. If we have information, we are empowered and we are able to handle the problems, whatever the problem, whether it's health issues or any other problems, we'll be able to handle very effectively. Information is the power. And also, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Well done. That was, honestly, it's a speech that I also resonated with. So I hope others also resonated with. Please take care of yourself, especially during this time. Be mindful of what you eat. Be mindful of where you go with or without your mask. Be mindful in the little things. Be mindful if, I don't know, the food that you left in the beginning of quarantine is still good. Hint, hint, it's not. Buy fresh fruit, eat well, because prevention is definitely worth a pound of cure. Now, of course, we have feedback time. So please give your feedback via the chat box. Just select Sham Sundar and send your feedback in. The time limit for that is 1 minute. While that is happening, here you can see that I've lined up 3 pieces of evidence. First names, last name, TMOD, and hashtag letter second. Now, that is intriguing that they had to specify, whoever this person is, that first names and last name, only in the case of TMOD, which is me, is very important. So that means letter So the number in the name, that letter that corresponds with the number is in the second half of the riddle, of the clue, I'm assuming. That is right. That is my deduction. But I will get back to you on that after the very much anticipated table topic session. But before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, I need the timer report for voting. So timer, are all the speakers qualified? Timer?
Hi. Yes,
Hello.
all the speakers have delivered their speech within their time limits. Everyone is
Great.
qualified.
So they're all
Over to you.
qualified for voting. Moderators, are we ready to launch the poll for the speakers?
Toastmaster of the day, I just want to check. Are people able to open their videos or are they being restricted?
People able
Just wanted to check. If anyone can't open their videos, just let me know.
Yeah. Just unmute yourself if you cannot open your video. Are we good to go? Should we launch the poll?
All speakers are qualified, right?
Yes, all speakers are qualified.
Okay. Launching poll.
All right, time for voting. Come on, everyone vote. We have 21 attendees that should be voting. So please do vote. Come on. All right. It seems like the last few people aren't voting. I think we should end it now. All right, let's end polling since that's the last. Okay. Now let's move on. Is our next segment, the next person who's supposed to be running the next segment here, which is table topics. Can I hear some noise for not only the table topics, but also from the table topics master? Is he here? All right, so table topics session. I'm not going to explain much because the table topics master is here. He's going to grip you by your seat and take you on a wild ride. And here we have our table topics master as Toastmaster Sairam, our president. So help me welcome Toastmaster Sairam. Woo! Toastmaster Sairam, can you make some noise maybe? Is he here?
Yeah, thank you, moderator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I am the table topic master for today's meeting. First of all, could anyone tell me what are the benefits of table topics? Anyone please unmute and say what are the benefits of table topics?
It's fun.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Let me tell you, it's according to me. In any given situation, we need to know how to respond. This is what our table topics in Toastmasters teach us. This is just only according to me. Okay. Without any further delay, just we'll start our table topic session. Any guests are here for today in today's meeting? I hope.
Yes, there are. If please let me know if you can unmute yourself.
Toastmaster Rombali. Okay. I'll take them as a volunteers. No issue. Okay, first of all, before I start the session, I request the timer, please tell our members about the time to be taken by the table topic speakers. Timer. A moderator, can you please unmute timer Toastmaster Azhar?
Okay, we can.
I'm unable to unmute. Now it's fine. Yeah, right. So the table topic speak should limit their speech to not more than 2 minutes. So at 1 minute, I will raise the green card. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, timer, Toastmaster Azhar. Okay, so are we ready? Yes. Okay. Am I able to share the screen now? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Who can give the volunteer? Who can come as a volunteer? Anybody from the Toastmasters? Anybody can from the Toastmasters? Can you please unmute yourself and come as a volunteer to take to participate in the table topics? Okay, then I'll give a call. Toastmaster Alina, our district champion for table topics. Toastmaster Alina, here is a screen, and you have to select one of the pictures, and you have to talk about. I mean, the picture reveals one of the topics, and you have to talk about the moderator. Could you please unmute Toastmaster Alina?
Actually, everyone can unmute themselves.
Yeah, I was just playing. I was hoping it'll go to someone else. I'm not the district champion. I only reached division.
You went up to the district.
Oh my God, I'm so.
You're always
okay.
champ for us, Alina.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah.
So I get to choose a topic, right?
Yes, any picture.
I'll take the sun.
With sun, okay.
Sorry, Sairam, can I say something to the host?
Yes, please. Yes, Toastmaster.
Our host, I mute myself because I don't want to have the noise around me to be heard. So when I mute myself, then I cannot unmute myself the next time. I have to send you a message, please unmute myself. So please rectify this.
It's already rectified. Can you try muting and unmuting now? We can take this offline. Let's not interrupt the meeting. Just raise your hand. I'll unmute yourself. Let's not interrupt the meeting now.
Hey, Anwar wanted to do table topics. Okay. Don't spotlight me. Okay. I'm sweating. Well, Saira, what's with the suspense?
So shall I open now? Hanan, are you? Is it clear from your side? Okay. Just we'll go ahead with the table topic session. So Toastmaster Alina, you chosen the sun, right?
Yes.
Okay. Here is the topic. Every day you wake up, you have one job: to be better than yesterday. Toastmaster Alina, every day you wake up, you have one job: to be better than yesterday. Over to you, Toastmaster Alina.
Thank you, Table Topics Master. Every day I wake up, open my eyes, take off my blanket, and pick up my phone. How many of you here do the same thing? Can I see a raise of hands? Wow, so less. I expected everyone to do that. All right, good job, guys. So this is what we do. This is what our life has become. Why do we do this? Because we want to see what's going on in the world right now. We want to see if there's any new messages where people are searching for us, or if there's any improvement or any expectations we can have through that first step in the morning. What do you do next? Okay, let's not go there. Instead, let's try to think what we do. I wake up, go get my own cup of coffee or whatever it is, and then I think, what should I be doing today? Should I go on Netflix today? Since I'm working from home, by the way, so should I go on Netflix or should I go work on myself? The choice is always up to us at the end of the day. If we push ourselves to tell ourselves to be better versions, we'll be like, yes, we can do this. I probably be better versions of myself. But there are some days where I say, today I'm a little lazy. Let's just go and sleep. It's okay to give yourself a break sometimes, but always make sure that you challenge yourself. And at the end of the day, you're happy with the way you are challenging yourself to become better versions. And back to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Alina. I completely agree with you. Today also I did the same thing. Yesterday, one of my sites couldn't able to achieve one of the expected goal, and that's why today I woke up and I said, yes, I have to do it at any cost. And this cost is I attended the meeting half an hour late. So yes, it doesn't matter what it where it leads to, but if you set up your mind, yes, you have to do it. Thank you, Toastmaster Alina. Who's next?
Shahzir. Let's go for Shahzir.
Yeah, okay. Toastmaster Shahzir, could you please yes, please. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I can't see the screen.
Toastmaster Shahzir, can you see the slide here?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. First of all, welcome to Desert Pioneers Toastmasters Club.
Thank you, Saira.
Because you missed last meeting, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And could you please select one of the pictures from here?
I would select the brain. Is that the brain?
The brain, okay. Yeah. Here is the topic. Don't believe everything you think. Toastmaster Shahzir, don't believe everything you think. And over to you, Toastmaster Shahzir.
To believe everything you think would be very cryptic and a big mistake that I would personally think. There are a lot of thoughts coming in our mind that might be true or may not be true, but I would advise, let us go to the root of the cause of whatever the thought is, and then find out if it is true or not. To think to believe whatever we think is right, I think it's not the way to go. I have I think
Yeah,
we should have a vision in life. I'm a little confused here. I'm sorry.
No
This is
issue.
my
You are
first
doing
time.
good. You are doing good. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
thank you. And I think we should have a vision to succeed in life, and that's all. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Shazir.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
so much. Yeah. Yes,
And we have
to believe.
Mr. Azim. Azim, he is one of our oldest members.
Oh.
Mr.
Okay.
Azim.
Thank you. Thank you. I am not the oldest member, rather I am the youngest one. Actually, I did the speech after the last week.
Okay, Toastmaster Azim, here is the screen with you. Can you see the slide here?
Yes, I can
Yes,
see.
please.
Okay, so give me the one arrow hitting the
Okay.
goalpost.
Yes, please. Yeah. Toastmaster Azim, here is the topic. Keep your friends close and your enemies even closer. Toastmaster Azim, keep your friends close and your enemies even closer. Over to you, Toastmaster Azim.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. So here, actually, we have to have very good friends, because friends are the people who tell you really who you are, because they judge you unconditionally and they give you a very nice feedbacks, actually, who you are. And that is a great way to improve yourself when you have the good friends. And they also help you at the time of need. They give you the right advice, and so that you are rightly guided. Now, when you coming back to enemies, they are also your good friends, because your enemies, they always criticize you. So they find your mistakes. And when enemies find your mistakes, you have to take it positively and improve yourself. So when you improve yourself, that means you are getting right feedback from the enemies, and the enemies next time he will also find another feedback, another difficulties for you, and then you also improve. So with time, so your enemies, they will make you a much better person than your friends also many times. So why not? So let us take everyone, either he is friend or our enemy, are the same, and take them in the good humor. Actually, I am not able to see the timer. So sorry, for the first time. So I hope I have still time.
Go ahead, Toastmaster Azim. Yes.
Our enemies, our friends, and impressed on us. So that's a in the course of our journey. We made, there are many critics, and then when we really worked hard and then fulfill their desires, they become our best friends. So I hope I have able to smash. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Azim. Yes, friends are always there to guide you, but the best person in this world to inspire you is your enemy. Indirectly, they will teach you. Yes, Azim, as you said, I completely agree with you. So, who is next? Any other guests we have today?
We have Muhammad.
Muhammad Ahmad Khan. Yes, Toastmaster Muhammad Ahmad Khan. Are you there?
Can you see me?
Could you please unmute yourself? Toastmaster Muhammad. Could you please select one of the pictures? Moderator, could you please unmute the participants?
The participants can unmute themselves. I have already told this. He's already unmuted.
Okay, so
I think Muhammad has a problem with his connection.
Okay. So Toastmaster Nena, are you there with us?
Yes.
Yes. So could you please could you select one of the pictures from here?
Okay, I will take the arrow one, the back arrow.
It's done actually. It's taken.
So which one is available?
The 2 points, two pictures. One is the restart and second one is the ideas.
Yeah, I mean the restart one.
Restart. Okay, yeah, sure. Here is the topic. Which one you choose between continue on with your life or restart your life, and why? Toastmaster Nena, which one you choose between continue on with your life or restart your life, and why? Over to you, Toastmaster Nena.
Good evening, fellow Toastmaster. Of course, I will choose continue with my life. Already I know myself and I know my life, how it is going on, and I can also improve myself from the from the side of weaknesses than to restart it. Because if I want to restart my life, it means that I have to start from the beginning. So for myself is, in my opinion, that to continue and to set a goal for myself where I can, first of all, I have to set my goal in order, or to set my target in order to reach my goal. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nena. Yes, I completely agree with you. We have to have some kind of beliefs that I can do something in the next step. So rather than taking it back, okay, I will restart it and I do something. No, better believe in yourself and go further. Thank you, Toastmaster Nena. Now I would like to call
Muhammad Khan. He's there with us.
Okay. Muhammad Khan, Toastmaster Muhammad Khan, are you there with us?
Yes.
Could you please unmute yourself?
Okay, it's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you able to see the screen here?
I think which is left?
Yeah. The ideas, the middle one.
Okay, I'll take that.
Okay. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. Toastmaster Muhammad Khan, life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. Over to you, Toastmaster Muhammad Khan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sairam, for giving me this opportunity. It's a wonderful thought that life isn't about finding yourself, but life is rather about creating yourself. We have often heard the quote that destiny you make your own destiny. If you don't try, you won't know whether you could do it or not. For example, before joining Speechcraft session, I didn't know that I could act as a TMOD for one day or act as an evaluator. But after doing that, I knew that I can improve myself, obviously, as we have all pros here. So I'm trying to learn from all you guys. So it is all about creating yourself, unless and until you push yourself, because creation is starting from zero and then you move again and again. Finding is that you already have it and you are discovering it right now. So it is all about creating yourself, and it is all about pushing yourself. Unless and until you don't push, you don't know what you can do. And for example, I'll just give you a small analogy of a bullet. The bullet never kills anyone, but the amount of force and the momentum it travels, that kills someone. It goes through an obstacle. So we need to bring that momentum inside ourselves so that we can go through those obstacles and hopefully create a better future for all of the humanity. And hopefully we all will try to do that. So over to you, Toastmaster Sairam.
Thank you, Toastmaster Muhammad Khan. But really, you changed my opinion about the gun and bullet point of view. You said it in directly in the positive way. That means the way it releases, I mean, the bullet has to be used to make them to clear the obstacle. Oh, great example, Toastmaster Muhammad Khan. Thank you. With this, the table topic session is over, and thanks to each and every participant who participated in the table topic session. And thank you. And over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Suraya. Over to you.
Thank you, Table Topics Master. That was a wonderful table topic session. I think we all enjoyed it. And we also enjoyed the different speakers that took the stage. Now, before we move on, timer, can we know if all speakers are qualified?
Yes, all speakers are within their time limits and everyone is qualified.
All
Over
right.
to you.
Thank you so much. So it's time to vote. Let us launch the poll. Can the poll be launched, moderators?
Before that, can we repeat the names?
Yes.
Speakers, please.
Yeah, can you repeat the names? Because I don't have it.
Yeah. Toastmaster Azim.
Mm-hmm.
Toastmaster Alina.
Mm-hmm.
Toastmaster Nena. Toastmaster Shahzir. Toastmaster Muhammad Khan. Can I repeat now? Once again?
I think we're all good.
Fine.
Yeah,
that's
it's
fine.
fine.
Yeah, thank you.
So, time to vote. Moderator, can we launch the next poll? So, while we do that, I need to invite you, if this thing would work, to a little deduction time while we pull up the polls. So we know that first name and last name is another part of the code. So I pulled up our very first draft agenda-ish that we had in the very beginning with the orders in place. So you can see that it's not the same order. However, this was there prior to the agenda. Hence, our mysterious culprit must have used this to make this little puzzle. So we know first names and last name only apply to the TMOD. Because of that, I have included my last name into the role players list. If you'd like to somehow crack the code, the clues are all up on the Instagram page at DPTM Kuwait. Go follow us if you already haven't. All the clues are there if you want to try solving this before I do, because my hands are getting ready to solve this little mystery now that everything is coming into place. And the poll has also come into place. So please do vote for your best table topic speaker. We have 5 contestants in the running, 2 of whom are guests. Come on, vote. I do not know how to sing. Let us go. And while we are voting, for those of whom have completed their voting, try, cracking this little code. Who knows, maybe you'll get it before I do. And also a little heads up to the GE. I hope all the evaluators are good to go. So, all right, let us end the polling now.
I think we should keep multiple options to select the table topics. Everyone gave a good speech, so it's difficult to judge one.
I'm not too sure if we can do multiple polls, but
No, I was just saying, but everyone did a good, good speech in that limited time.
It was a tough competition in that case. But we shall move on because time crunch is real and I do not want to get roasted by our GE. Not today. Of course, bringing up our GE means the evaluation session is here. Speakers, get ready. I am also getting ready just in case. Please keep an ice pack nearby. Let's hope our evaluators are very sweet to us today. And of course, to start the session, I need to call upon our absolutely sweet, charismatic general evaluator, Toastmaster June, who actually was the chief editor for our newsletter. So if you haven't checked that, you should definitely go check it out. Toastmaster June, I welcome you to the stage.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Saraya. You're doing an absolutely wonderful, wonderful job. Okay, so now it's time for our general evaluation session, and we will do this in 3 segments. First, I will call upon the evaluators to evaluate their respective speakers. Then I will call upon my tag team, which is the timer, the hour counter, and the grammarian. And at the end, I will give my overall report. So without any further ado, let me call upon Toastmaster Anwar to evaluate Toastmaster Sham's speech.
Good evening, everyone. Before I start, am I audible? Because I'm facing some internet issues. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that.
Before we start, can I read out the timings for the individual evaluations? Yeah, so at this evaluation should be between 2 to 3 minutes, and at 2 minutes I will raise the green card, and at 2 minutes and 30 seconds I will raise the yellow card, and at 3 minutes I will raise the red card. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Anwar.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. This was the title from our target speaker, Shyam Sundar. What we witnessed today was an informative, educative, or you could call an awareness speech. And I would like to tell Toastmaster Shyam Sundar that you have excelled in the art of putting all these components together. Before I start to my evaluation, I would like to show some resemblance with your speech. Last week, I got a call from my friend at a very odd time. On the very first attempt when it rang, I did not answer. The second time when it rang, I knew there was something urgent. And upon answering, I got to hear, I need help. And that help was sought by our target speaker, Shyam Sundar. He wanted me to help him to evaluate. And this is something which I really like to congratulate the speaker. And I would like to advise all the speakers to do the same with your evaluators before you do the speech. Now, part of your objectives were two. One is you had glitches last time with your virtual background. And the second thing was on the gestures. I would say we did not, at least I did not see any glitches with the virtual background. And I could see that you were having fair amount of gestures using your hands. Now, getting to your evaluations. What fairly you did well was how you introduce yourself with the speak, which was you asked a question, but a different sort, because although it was asked to the audience, it seems so. Second thing, what you really excelled, you had a story, you had an incident, you had a narration all together in one compo, which was a very mastered, and you now use of your speech title in speech is a very beautiful technique, which most of the speakers fail to do so. And overall, I felt your speech was well structured. Now, coming to the elements where you could further excel is this, vocal. Vocal is a very simple thing which most of the evaluators say and leave it. But let me explain in detail. First, build characters with vocal. You had characters of yourself, your friend, doctor. Use different tones. Doctor with a more relaxed, it's okay. When your friend is talking more panic, I need help. That is one. Second part is the highs and lows in the vocal, which is very easy to do. When the emotional, when your friend was in urgency, shows that panic, I've panicked, right? And when you are excited or sad, you need to vary your tone accordingly. Now, going out to other element of your compo of story instead narration, what you did, I wanted an extra drama in this, okay? Not really dramatic, but a pinch of drama where we can resemble that the speaker, your friend was in Spain. So that was something which I would really like to look for. So this is my suggestion for you, and I look forward for an amazing story instead narration combo from you. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anwar, for that evaluation. I've always noticed that you have a very unique way of evaluating every time you do something different. Okay, now our next evaluator is Toastmaster Hanan, and she will be evaluating Toastmaster Alina's speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Hanan.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Thank you, General Evaluator, and good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Alina. Toastmaster Alina, you know what I like about you? Your speaking face. Your face is full of emotions. I can easily, and I'm sure everybody also agree with me, we can easily read you. Though you were sitting throughout your speech, through delivering your speech, but you mastered the Zoom online speech delivery. You dominated the screen. I think we were all mesmerized by your facial expressions, your dimples, beautiful dimples, and your hand gestures. Amazing. You were so mesmerized that we didn't notice the technical glitch you had at the beginning when you were trying to share the slides. To that degree, we were so mesmerized. And you know what also what I liked about you? I liked your concluding message. Enjoy the moment and how much every one of us need this currently. Despite all the situation, all the whatever is the negative thoughts that are surrounding us, we really need to enjoy the moment. I loved also when you tried to ask a question and interact with the audience. That was a very clever move of you, Elena. Of course, you're a very clever woman, and I love that about you. Of course, there is always areas for improvement. Now, the title of your speech, what would you post? When I first heard this title, I was under the expectation of something totally different than the content you gave us. You shared 5 destinations you plan to visit, and whenever you visit them, you are going to post them in your Instagram account. But what I thought is that you are going to share with us some of the values or the ethics whenever we think of posting anything in Instagram. That was under my impression. Some of the audience might be some kind of a bit disappointed because this was an informative speech and you didn't meet their expectation. You talked about places you want to visit and post in your Instagram account. Maybe if you shared some of the personal posts you had in your Instagram account, some places, I'm sure you have visited lots of destinations and some interesting places. So maybe you could have shared that and let us learn from your experience. Overall, I loved your speech. You are an amazing speaker with your beautiful dimples, your speaking face, and your hand gestures, facial expression, amazing. Just small areas of improvement. Maybe next time, choose carefully the title of your speech and maybe some personal aspect of your life that would have been intriguing to every one of us. Overall, thank you very much. And thank you for letting me, or the VB Education letting me evaluate you, Elena, today. I was really amazed and my pleasure. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hanan, for that very detailed evaluation. Moving on, we have our third evaluator, who is DTM Allen, and he will be evaluating Toastmaster Sana's speech. Over to you, DTM Allen.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster June. Back in January, we had the biggest humorous speech contest with the maximum number of contestants ever. And it was a night of fun, and these contestants couldn't wait for the next contest season. I have some news for you. A new player has entered the game. Toastmaster Sana Yusuf, welcome to the world of humor. While you explain to us about Zoom world, I will be guiding you of this world. And I hope that these tips can make your life here easier in this world. First off, perfect topic selection. Coronavirus and Zoom apt for the current scenarios that we are all facing in and we could easily relate to. Second thing I liked, your facial expressions. Oh my God, you are such a natural. Toastmaster Sana, your humorous style is, wait for it, your humorous style is sarcasm. Obviously, huh? And the best way to deliver sarcastic jokes is with those gestures that you had. And the third thing what I like are the references that you made, especially to the scenarios that we pioneers went through. Only we could understand some of the jokes that you cracked about Arij and especially about Amrit. I couldn't stop laughing at that. Now, some of the points of improvement for you to take it to the next level and excel in this world. First thing, pauses. Now, this comes with practice. Pauses can be, say, for example, in the beginning, when you talked about, I want to talk about something that no one ever talks about, and then you said Corona, right? Have a pause so that the audience can think, oh, what could it be? And then the answer. So pauses are very important for effect and for delivery. Second thing, audience connect. Now you don't need to ask questions to the audience to connect. You can always look at the screen and also connect with them. For example, when you were giving an example of cutting onions and people were switching off their cameras, you can say, Sai, I can see your camera is switched off. So I am hoping that you're cutting onions. That way we have an interaction right then and there, right? And the third thing that I would like to say is exaggerations. Have a lot of exaggerations in your speech. Your speech had a good content, but they were all real examples that made it funny, right? For example, when you're talking about your mother seeing rectangles of students and she's not just teaching students, she's also teaching their parents. Add a little more, get wild over there, add some more content. Say, I was not just teaching the children, I was teaching their parents, their pets and their maid and their neighbors. Just get wild. So to summarize, I loved your topic selection, facial expressions and references. Just work on pauses, audience connect and exaggerations to excel in this world. And I'm hoping to see you in the next contest season. With that being said, back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster DTM Allen, for that wonderful evaluation. Okay, next we have Toastmaster Hari, and he will be evaluating Toastmaster Shiraz. Over to you, Toastmaster Hari.
Once again, good evening to my target speaker, TM Siraj. PR is an investment. You started your speech by a fish story that was really apt to your speech. Like, we grow ourselves with the support of available resources. I want to know what is the present situation of your fishes. So PR is the one of the learning thing. In PR, we will make new networks and new learning ideas. Not in only PR, we have to learn a new thing. We have to invest, not about money, time, ideas, so many things. One final day, we will get a fruitful result. Come to your speech. Comparing to your previous speeches, there is a lot of improvement, Mr. Siraj, like voice clarity, hand gestures, and the way of expressions. If we start a new thing, we need support. Every Toastmaster has the experience. You supported Sims Toastmasters Club a lot as a mentor, not only mentor, in so many ways, like taking different roles, arrange the team meetings, and conducting the workshop. As well as they also helped you a lot. So together achieve more because you are winning the hearts and you are doing great jobs in Toastmasters. So there are points to improvement. So start your speech like questioning because we need the audience attention. Focus on the voice modulation. I'm expecting more. And also I feel you missed the conclusion of your speech. Overall, it was a wonderful speech, Mr. Siraj. I am looking forward for more great speeches from you. All the best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hari, for that great evaluation. Now we will move on to our tag team. So first, I would like to call upon the timer. Timer, is everyone qualified? Can you please confirm?
Yes, everyone had delivered their speech within the time frame given. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Asar. Next, we will go to our counter, Toastmaster Hussein. And I believe this is his first role as the counter. So all the best to you, Toastmaster Hussein.
I would like to inform everyone, this is my first role as an counter, and this is also my first role, my first time actually taking a role. Based on my understanding from my preparation, apparently, I have to count all of the filler noises and words from the beginning of the speech till the end, whether they began the speech or no. So if you think I did any mistakes or something with my role, then please tell me. This is my first time. I'm still a beginner. I also followed a brutal, no stones left unturned. I tried my best to count everything. Beginning with the speakers. First of all, Toastmaster Shyam, you had one and two ands. I believe these were really unnecessary. You could have switched them with other words. Toastmaster Sana, you were actually extremely well spoken. I did not hear a single or I, however, heard one unnecessary one unnecessary so, like, but, one of those, and three ands. Moving on to Toastmaster Alina, I also the same thing, no ers, two so's, one like, one but, one repeats. You repeat on one sentence. I didn't really catch that. Two ands. Moving on to Toastmaster Shiraz. Toastmaster Shiraz, you have done very well. I have only heard one However, 2 so's, 1 but. Toastmaster Shiraz, the only problem you truly have is that you repeated a couple of sentences. You had many repeats. That's something you need to work on. Also, many unnecessary ands. That's also something you need to work on. Moving on to the evaluators, Toastmaster Anwar, I heard 3 uhs and 5 ands. That was throughout all of the speech, not only when it came your turn, throughout all of the meeting. Toastmaster Hanan, I heard 1 and 1 and. Toastmaster Alan Paul, 3 uhs, 1 1 so, and 3 ands. Toastmaster Harry Prasad, 1 so, 1 like, and a single repeat. I did not really remember the sentence, and 1 unnecessary and. I also like count the table topics master, yeah? I've done for like everyone, literally. For the Toastmaster, for the table topics master, Toastmaster Sairam, you have done very well. However, something that I've noticed is you have said many uhs, many ums, 2 so's, you repeated something 2 times, 4 ands. As for the timer, Toastmaster Azhar, throughout the entire meeting, I have also heard many uhs from you, 2 so's, and a couple of unnecessary ands. I believe that's about it. Do I also count the people who participate in the table topics? Or no? No? Oh my God. I really messed this up. I really apologize. I just tried my best. Thank you very much, though.
Toastmaster Hussain, you did an absolutely wonderful job. And you were not exaggerating when you said that you left no stones unturned. That was really great. Can we have all our Toastmasters and guests to please unmute yourselves and just clap for Toastmaster Hussain, because he did absolute justice to his role, I believe.
Amazing, Hussein. You were amazing.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Our next role player is Toastmaster Rushdi, who will give us the grammarian report.
Good evening once again. Yeah, today I have noted down some good usage of the words. Zone out, struck me, new way of exchanging, ins and out, evade, and our Toastmaster of the day used many. These are few. Conspiring against me, resonated with. Few more is hypertension, hyperlipidemia. I'm not sure whether I'm pronouncing it correct. Vital, carefree, dominant, mesmerized. And these are some points for improvement. I have noted someone said in the nearby hospital. Instead of he was supposed to say to the nearby hospital. I'm not sure whether I got it correct. Everyone was assigned for a role. I think it was supposed to be assigned for a job. I think it's supposed to be assigned with a job. And this word was pronounced wrong. Someone said develop, it should be develop. And the word of the day was used by many Toastmaster of the days. Thank you for using the word. And even Toastmaster of the day used it 100 times, I can say. And I would name it, started with Toastmaster Hussein, TMOD Suraya, Toastmaster Alina, Sana, even Shahziz. I think he's a guest. He tried to use it, but I think it was not the appropriate use. Wonderful job done. And special announcement, Toastmaster Alina said, thank you, TM June, instead of thank you, Toastmaster Suraya. And there is one more. This is first time I heard something like chilling with a lion. Wonderful, wonderful meeting. Back to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rushdie. That was a very And quite an entertaining report. Okay, so now it is time for my overall report of the entire meeting, and I will keep it brief. I will try to keep it brief and to the point. Okay, so let me start by saying that the meeting started on time, which was great. The guests were welcomed, which is always good to be done at the beginning of the meeting, so that was also good. The acting president did justice to his role, since our president was a little late for the meeting. Then Toastmaster of the day. Don't worry, I am not going to roast you. You did an absolutely wonderful job. You introduced the theme really well and you were consistent throughout the meeting. So really kudos and hats off to you for that. The speakers, all our speakers were absolutely great today. Everyone did justice to their respective projects and they did a great job. Table topics. Our table topics master, he had really, really great topics. And I am so happy that we had guests who participated, speech crafters especially, who voluntarily participated and took up the challenge of speaking on the spot. So good job to all of you. Then evaluators, as usual, they were all good. They did justice. They really motivated their speakers. And I think that is what is really important because we come here to Toastmasters to improve ourselves. And when we get points of improvement, we get to practice them in our upcoming speeches. So good job to the evaluators. Now, moving on to points of improvement or suggestions for improvement. I think it would be a little more professional to raise a motion in case there is a change in the agenda. So today there was a little bit of misunderstanding between the speaking order. So I think it would have been better if a motion was raised in this case. Virtual speaking virtually, giving speeches virtually is always a challenge as compared to giving physical speeches. And I personally find it very encouraging and motivating when all the audience are listening. So I would suggest that if your videos are on, it is better to always listen to the audience because that is really motivating to the speakers, I mean, and that is really motivating. And they get motivated seeing the audience. And third thing that I would suggest is for the grammarian to have the word of the day displayed somewhere, either maybe on your screens or you could have posted it in the comments, because initially the people were using the word of the day a lot, but in between it sort of died down a little bit. They probably forgot it, I'm not sure. Overall, the meeting was great. It was a real quality meeting, and all thanks to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sreya. And with that, I will hand over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, our general evaluator, for being so kind to me. I'm glad you didn't roast me because if I were the GE, I would have roasted myself possibly twice over. So while I am bringing up my case file, I guess you could say, moderators, can we have the polls ready? And if they are ready, can we launch them? All right, thank you. Quite fast.
I'm sorry, moderator, but the grammarian is with the best role player, not with the evaluator.
All right. So can we change that? No one choose grammarian for now. No one choose. Don't worry, Toastmaster Rishti, it's not some sort of veto power. It's just not right now. All right. Let me bring up my screen as well. All right, I think we are good to go. Now we are nearing the end of this meeting. But of course, this means that what you're all here for, the solution. Now, come on, let's brainstorm, let's come together. All right, we have these speakers and we have this deduction, right? So first speaker is in the first order and it's the fourth letter, so A, and then next is first evaluator with the fifth letter, that is R. Third evaluator is DTM Allen, and fourth letter, that is E. Of course, I have the reveal. DTM Allen, did you edit my PPT when I gave it to you?
I think there was some technical glitch. Should we correct that right now?
I have no way how to get rid of this. Let's just play it. So I couldn't just sit back and watch. What is this? Since the answer is in this meeting room. I apologize for editing a PowerPoint presentation. At least he's nice. Simple it is. Arij, you're the answer. Is she here? I need some answers. Arij?
Yes.
Why are you the answer? What is going on? Are you in some way related to this culprit?
I'm not even, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but you're the answer, so.
I'm not even following the clues. Why
I think our VP
answer?
should know something. Shiraz, any idea why she is the answer?
I'm eating.
She was eating. She was
She
eating
was
throughout the
eating,
meeting.
therefore she's the answer. Shiraz, do you know why
Because
she is the
next
answer?
meeting, she'll be the TMOD,
For
the team of Cluedo.
so this mystery is continuing. Arij, you're going to take over. Wow, detective, new detective.
Well, next meeting, it won't be this way because we will have a murder scene.
Oh.
And one of you will, one of you killed someone.
Oh my God.
Are they
So next
already dead
meeting,
or
we
they
will
will
come
be
to
dead
know
next week?
everything.
Are we going to kill someone?
Does that person hate lipsticks?
Nobody knows. We will see.
Thank
Next
you,
meeting,
Arij.
we will know who is the person who died and who killed him or her, how he killed him or her, where. Okay?
Okay, so the victim is still alive.
Yeah, the victim probably is still alive. Probably.
Please take a look. Everyone,
Yes.
please see your partners. This may be the last time you see them.
We never know. We will come to know next meeting.
Thank
But
you,
all
Arij.
of you, take
Yeah.
very good care about yourself because we never know when the killer will show up and finish you.
I hope it's not me. I really hope it's not me. But in case it is me, I shall give my detective hat to you, Arij. Yes. So, everyone, did you enjoy my little case? Honestly, you can go back. You can go check on Instagram. The clues are still up there. You can go solve it yourself. Hopefully, as this culprit says, it is Arij. And be sure to come see us for the next meeting because that detective will be Arij and there is going to be a murder. I'm not the murderer, by the way. Just say.
Virtual murder.
Virtual murder. Now,
Disclaimer.
my time comes to an end. virtually, no murder involved. I am still alive. So, President Sairam, Toastmaster Sairam, here you go. Take this virtual podium and please don't be the murderer. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster Surya. Thank you so much. It was really a wonderful theme and wonderful meeting we had today. Of course, myself, Toastmaster of the day. It was fantastic. Of course, I was not there for in the initial time when the meeting was started. I missed some of the speakers' speeches, but as far as the evaluations are concerned, I felt yes, the meeting was so good. And thanks to each and every role player who given their best to run this meeting successfully. So what's next? Can we release the poll for best role player? Moderator, can we release the poll for best role player?
Surya, can you launch because I'm not the main host? Or
Yeah,
Shiraz?
here we go.
Sai, please take the guest feedback until then.
Yes, please. Do we have the guests here, Toastmaster? Who are the guests we have today?
Mr. Azim?
Toastmaster Azim, yes.
Yes, I am here.
Yes, Toastmaster Azim. How did you feel the meeting?
Yeah, it was great. Actually, I forgot the timing. I thought it is 7:30, so I was a bit late. But since I joined, actually, it was great. So especially some part of the program, like grammar and then the hesitations and things like that, and or those things are great actually to improve upon. We didn't have those during our speechcraft, but those things are great. And all of you actually did a very good job. Actually, we have learned a lot actually from you. So
Thank you, Toastmaster Azim. Thank you so much for the wonderful and lovely words.
Thank you.
And we have another guest, Toastmaster Muhammad Ahmad Khan. I think he left, or Toastmaster Muhammad Khan, are you with us?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yes, please. Yes, we can see you now. Yeah.
Okay.
How did you feel about the meeting today?
I was glad to be with the pros. I think I love the part of the R counter. I use R's and many words a lot. So, I mean, it was a very wonderful time because in the 8th session of Speechcraft, it was really, going through these steps and improving ourselves. Now, this is again the next level. So, like as I'm trying to say again and again, pro, because this is the pro level. So I enjoyed it and I learned a lot. So everyone did a good job. Especially I like the Alina's speech when she showed the pictures of Bolivia. So I was really interested to go to Bolivia. so everyone did a really great job. Hopefully I'll try to copy everyone's nitbits, everything in my speech next time whenever you see me on the stage, hopefully. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Toastmaster Muhammad Khan. Thanks for the recognition and appreciation of our members and the meeting. Yes, I hope Toastmaster Azim and Muhammad Khan will be our next new members from the next meeting onwards. I hope so. Thank you. And
we have Toastmaster Surya.
Surya, yes, Toastmaster Surya. Are you with us? Yes.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, Toastmaster Surya.
And Toastmasters. Yeah. I'm very happy to be back to my mother club, Desert Pioneers. I was the president of Desert Pioneers 2009-2010. Joined Toastmasters in Desert Pioneers. So it was most happening club that time. And I'm sure you people are continuing that trend of Desert Pioneers being the most happening club. And it's quite nice to be back in this club, which I treat it as my alma mater for Toastmasters. And very happy to, see all of you guys, having that passion to pull off that meeting in a very, by involving in a passionate way, especially your TMOD and some of those evaluators. They've done a wonderful job keeping us all, gripped with their speeches or with the kind of thoughts they have expressed. Really lovely. And hopefully I'll be joining DPTM meetings as a guest in future also. Very nice. And thank you so much for the invitation. Over to the president.
Thank you, Toastmaster Surya. This kind of words really boost up and give some kind of energy particularly when it comes from the alma mater, the old member of our club. And only one word to say: welcome back to the home. Thank you, Toastmaster Surya.
Thank you.
So I think we had now it's time to announce the results. Are we ready to see the results?
Where is the best evaluator?
Okay. So the best evaluator award goes
Where is the voting? Where is the voting for best evaluator? It wasn't launched.
It was done, Hanan.
It was done.
Wallah, I didn't vote.
It was done.
But I commented, guys. I commented saying that there is Muhammad Rushdie in the voting. You didn't launch it again. What is this?
No, I said ignore Rushdie.
Yeah, Suraya said don't vote for him.
Okay. So shall we announce the winner of best evaluator?
Yes.
Yes.
Best tabletop.
Drum rolls, please. DTM Ellen Paul.
Oh.
The best evaluator award goes to DTM Ellen Paul.
I like to give this to Hari Prasad because his was the improvement that I saw. So yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, DTM Ellen Paul. The next award, best role player award goes to any guess?
June.
Our counter.
Our counter.
Suraya.
Okay, best role player, exactly the Toastmaster Suraya.
Thank you. Oh my God.
Great job, Toastmaster Suraya. It's a really wonderful team and you did it very well.
Thank you.
Next, the best table topic speaker award goes to any guess? Yes.
Sana.
Someone is saying right.
Azim.
Sana.
Toastmaster Muhammad Ahmad Khan.
Oh, nice.
Speech crafter Muhammad Ahmad Khan.
Oh,
That's
nice. Table topic, okay.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
Win.
Congratulations, Muhammad.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Ahmad Khan.
Thank you. I have no words to say.
You did it very well.
This is a sign to join.
Yes.
I think I've spoken enough, so I won't say anything. So thank you guys again.
Most welcome. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ahmed Khan. The next award, the best speaker. Any guess?
Is my sound effect heard?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can see only one Toastmaster is making noise. She is none other than Toastmaster Alina, best speaker.
There, can you hear us now, Sarah?
Oh my god, I look so scary. Move the spotlight.
Oi.
Live.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Toastmaster Alina.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Saira.
Thank you. And once again, thanks to each and everyone for participating for this wonderful meeting, and especially the guests, Toastmaster Muhammad Ahmed Khan and Toastmaster Azim. Thank you so much. And with this, we adjourn the meeting.
Sorry, President. Can I address the audience?
Yes, please.
Okay. My fellow Toastmasters, it is the time of the year in which we renew our vows to our club, in which we repledge our commitment and our concern for each other. We, as a family, we need to stick to each other. And I'm sure you know what I mean by the time or the period of the year. It is time for us to renew our membership, yes, our membership dues. As you know, we have been doing the virtual meetings for some time, and we are not doing the physical meetings for more than 5 months. So because of this, the XCOM family has decided to have like the basic amount of membership fees, which is the amount of fees that's going to be paid to Toastmaster International, because we are not meeting physically. There is no rental we are paying to the to Better Books. So please, the membership fees this time it will be 15 KD, which is exactly the amount that will be directly paid to Toastmaster International. Whenever, hopefully inshallah soon, whenever we go back to our physical meetings, we will be raising motions and doing some voting in which we will be asked to pay, as members will be asked to pay additional amount. Of course, that will be paid for the rental fees. But it's all agreement between each other as a family. So hopefully by tomorrow, our treasurer, Toastmaster Riaz, will be sending you the link for payment. I would really appreciate so that we work together and we are committed for our development, that you renew your membership fees before the end of August. Thank you very much. And the amount is KD 15. Thank you. And back to our president.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hanan. Thank you so much for giving valuable information, particularly at this time. Okay, fellow Toastmasters, and we will update you in the group about the new fee, what we are going to charge for the new members and for the renewal, and as well as for the dual members. And once again, thanks to everyone. And officially now we adjourn the meeting. Good night to all of you.
Group pic.
Thank you. The new members is 21 KD. The old members renewals is 15 KD. Picture. And Toastmaster, Mr. Azam, I'm sorry if I offended you when I said the oldest member. I was under the impression you are one Toastmaster who sent me WhatsApp saying I was a Toastmaster with Desert Pioneers in year 2009, 2010. And it turned out that's Toastmaster Soraya. By no means I was referring to your age. Please don't be offended, and I apologize for that.
No, he's too young. One of his speech craft was too good. He was always talking about fitness.
Absolutely.
All right, shall we pause?
So what are we doing? Soraya, tell us the pose for today.
Mysteries.
Mysteries. Like this? Like this.
What? What is this?
Looks like I'm scratching my eyes. Okay, Ahmed is doing something. Okay.
Who's taking the picture? Okay, I'm.
Yeah, exactly. Who's taking the picture?
I'll take. Sham, do it.
Everyone is
Sham,
giving
do
pose.
it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, done.
Okay.
Hey, morning. Shiraz asked me for speech title, and I said, "What would you post?" He replied saying, "Agenda." And I told him that is my speech title.
Oh my God.
Great meeting, Suraya. Like,
Yes,
very well
yes.
done.
Love the PR work on
Absolutely.
Instagram and even these backgrounds and everything. It's a really great.
Oh,
We should keep this
backgrounds
up
was
for
by
like more than
Alan. Where is he? Poor thing. I told
I
him
think
like
he got
last
a
minute,
call.
can you make? Yeah, I told him last minute, hey, can you make the backgrounds